I don't know about where you live, but where I live, spring has definitely begun, which is why today is the perfect day to make a spring episode. One of you requested for me to do an episode on spring and what kind of activities to do on the spring without your phone, more specifically. Today really is the perfect day for me to make this episode because today I was able to fully enjoy the spring. This morning I went to brunch with my family at the lake here, and I had this really delicious bagel and a matcha latte. After that, we just walked around at the lake and we just sat down and talked and took a walk. Went back home, and then in the afternoon, I biked to the city, which I love to bike when it's starting to become spring and it's sunny out because it's just such a vibe. During winter, I don't like it because it's too cold. But when the sun is out and it is warm, it is just the best feeling to take out your bike, especially when it's not too warm. So today was the perfect day for that. Then I went to the city, as I said, did some shopping, bought a gift for my brother, and just walked around with my sister and my mom. Then I biked back home with my bike, and now I'm sitting here. It's not the place that we said last time was our podcast nook, just because it is the evening now and the sun is on this side during the evening. So the lightning would be bad at the usual spot, so we changed it today, but whatever. And I got myself this nice spring drink. I just have some syrup, fits the spring perfectly. So go get yourself some kind of drink, anything, water, syrup, matcha, Coke, and enjoy this episode where I will give you all the spring feels and all the ideas on what to do. And by the way, I remembered last time that I forgot to tell you why I named the podcast Blush and Bloom. Stupid me. But let me do that really quick and then we will actually get to the episode. If you don't want to know the story, then just skip. Blush and Bloom is supposed to stand for something. It's not just a very feminine, cutesy name, but actually, the blush is supposed to stand for the beauty and looking aspect, and we're girly, we're feminine, we're trying to look our best, like blush and the makeup aspect, just the self-care physical aspect. And then the bloom is not just only a flower blooming, but it's supposed to also show the inner growth, the inner blooming and growing and just flowering into the best version of you. So yeah. Okay, now let's get to the juicy stuff. So I have asked you what ideas you had on Instagram, and I got some answers. So let's just start by these. One person, my friend, said going to Italy. Thank you for your advice. I am sure traveling is a great idea to do during spring, especially to a place that is warm. I don't know if the person watching this can actually go on vacation right now. Maybe they have to work or something. But the reason why she wrote this is because we're going to Italy in a week with her and three other friends, the girls that you know from my Barcelona vlog. We're going to Italy this time, not with our class, but just the five of us. And it's going to be so cool. You can be so excited because there are going to be some cool videos. I'm going to make a vlog again, and it's going to be chaotic, but fun and amazing. And I'm so excited to go. So, yeah, if you can go on vacation, going on vacation is always a good idea, not only during spring. But we have some other things. So the first is one of my favorites. It is having a picnic is the best thing, the springest thing of all spring. The thing that gives me the most summer feeling is just having a picnic, and it's so easy. The only thing basically you need for a picnic is food, grass, and sun. That's all I need to have this picnic feeling. Whenever I'm sitting on the ground, especially on grass, eating or drinking something and feeling the sun on my skin, is I just feel picnic and I just feel that summer vibe. I'm just so content. I'm just so calm, and life is good, life is calm, everything's amazing. Picnics are like those core memories that I just have. I don't know, they're just like some therapy to me. It's just this peaceful feeling, especially when you're hearing the birds or other people or the water. I can't even explain. It's just the best feeling out there, and it's so easy, and it's just you're just having fun, and you can do whatever. You can talk, you can sleep, you can relax, you can read a book, you can play games. Don't really need your phone. You can do anything apart from your phone. You can just lay and close your eyes. Or when you're going to someone else, I think it's just such a great way to kind of bond. It's one of my favorite quality time activities with anyone. because you just get to talk and just you don't get interrupted. Next, we have taking a hike. Some people don't like hikes. I used to not like them. I'm getting more and more used to them. Actually, Swiss people are obsessed with hikes. So in Switzerland, every person will hike at least once in their lifetime if they live here. We would go on so many hikes with our entire class, like from school. We even hiked on a mountain once. But taking a hike doesn't have to be this crazy walking on a mountain thing or just this crazy way that is super draining or like physically challenging. It can also just be taking a walk. I don't even really know what separates a hike from a walk. I don't know if it's long. It's probably longer, maybe more difficult, but just walking in general. Going somewhere, sitting there, coming back, you will feel so fulfilled because you took your steps. That is super healthy. And you got to be out in the nature, in the sun. You got to do something off your phone, hopefully. You can do it alone. You can do it with friends. You can do it with whoever you want to. They just have to want to do that. I have started to realize why people like taking hikes because they're actually very therapeutic and you just feel amazing after taking a hike, after going on a hike. And as I said, if you're not the hiking person, you can even just go on a walk somewhere. But if you want it to be more challenging and more like different, then you can go somewhere that is maybe further away, or going up a hill, or going to some kind of lake, or going to some kind of river. I'm sure you can just type in hikes and then place wherever you live. And then I'm sure there will be some hikes that will pop up. Switzerland is the best place for this, so I could hike anywhere I wanted, basically. But just taking a walk is also fine. It can be 5 minutes, but you will soak up the sun and just feel amazing. And then this person also said that she once collected rocks and painted them and that she loved it and that it was a very fun activity. And I used to do this when I was a kid. I would just collect random rocks and just paint them however I wanted. And it's actually pretty cool because you just get to paint, but it's not the basic painting. It's just a rock, and you can put the rock anywhere. You can put it in your garden. It's like small. You can keep it, you can toss it, you can put it outside so that when people walk by, they can see it. Actually, recently I walked by a house. There were so many rocks painted, like lined up like this in front of the house. And they were actually pretty impressive, the drawings. It was someone really talented. And I thought it was so cool to just, instead of paint on a paper and just keep it and just have it rest in some drawer, you can just do it on a rock and then present it in front of your house. I thought that was super cool. And as I said, we used to do this as kids all the time. Next, something that I also mentioned today is biking. And not everyone has a bike and not everyone can bike. But if you do have the opportunity, it can be really fun. And also, here, I don't mean mountain biking. I'm not the mountain biking type. But just biking along, not even a river, but just biking on a street that goes straight with the sun in your face. And just knowing you have the time and it's spring and it's a vibe. Love, obsessed. Also, some form of therapy, especially when it's not very, very challenging and doesn't feel like I'm working out right now, but more like I'm just clearing my mind and doing something good for my body. And instead of taking the bus or just walking, I like to just take the bike. You feel faster. It's just this little adrenaline kick because you're fast and you're feeling the wind in your hair and I can't even explain, it's just biking. I just love biking. If you hate it, then maybe you can't relate, but it can be very chill biking. It doesn't have to be this thing that you only do because you have to. Maybe you're a person that bikes to work or school every day. I'm not sure. I used to go to school with my bike every day. Now that my school is further away, I like to go with my bike during spring and summer sometimes. But during winter, I cannot do that to myself. You can also do that alone, do that with someone else. Go to a place that you maybe have always wanted to go that is not very, very near, but maybe you're too lazy to walk. Sometimes I'm just too lazy to walk, so biking is just the best choice. Or when you have a scooter, scooting. I never had an e-scooter. I used to have this normal scooter when I was younger, which was also super cool. Or skateboarding. Skateboarding is something I was never able to do. My friends tried to teach me when I was young. I couldn't do it. I could only be there for like 1 meter. I couldn't just go somewhere with some skateboard, but I think it's super cool when I see people with their skateboards, just skating, just skater people. It's so cool, such a vibe. And what is there else? Hoverboards. I don't know if you remember hoverboards. There was a phase where everyone had them, and then I have never seen anyone with a hoverboard ever again since like what was it, 2015? Hoverboards are cool. And what is there else? Oh, of course, something that is also super cool is roller skates. You can go on these like roller skating rinks or just roller skate anywhere if the ground is somehow even ground. There was a phase where me and my old best friend we were obsessed with Soy Luna, which is a telenovela about a girl roller skating basically, and we used to go roller skating all the time. It was also so cool. It was freeing, even more so than biking, but it was also a little more not dangerous, but you would fall more often. But I think roller skating is something that is not that hard to learn or to try. So maybe I should give one of these a go. Or if you have a dusty skateboard or bike somewhere in your cellar, then get that out and get moving because you will feel great. Next, especially for the influencer people out here, is having a photo shoot. Because what out there is better than a photo shoot in the sun with the flowers, with a cute flowery dress, just spring clothes? There is nothing better than that out there. You can get some very nice pictures for your Instagram or just for yourself. Just have like a girl free fairy core photo shoot of yourself. As I said, you can wear your best spring clothes. You can go into some kind of field with flowers or to some kind of tree that is blooming, to some lake. You can go anywhere and you can do some cute spring makeup. Or if you don't want to take pictures of yourself, you can obviously take pictures of someone else if you're doing the photo shoot, the two of you or more, which would be great. Or you could just take pictures, be the photograph for a day. You can go outside and just take a picture of every nature thing or just everything that you observe that you think that is like super spring or just that is beautiful, or take pictures of wherever you want. Maybe different kinds of flowers like portraits, or the people, how the people are during spring. Maybe what I think is super interesting is the different clothes during spring. Like today, I went out in a winter jacket and there was some people in dresses or like in bathing suits where I was like, you guys are crazy because I was cold in my jacket. I think there are just so many nice phenomenons and just so many people to see, and you can take a picture of that. Maybe you're already photographed, so that's nothing new for you. And also, it can be the perfect way for you to just find a new hobby, which is taking pictures of anything, basically. About observing people, you can just go out and observe people or soak in the nature. Just observe, because I think we're always in this hustle culture and like I gotta be fast, I gotta be productive, I gotta do this and this and this. So I think it's nice to sometimes just cool down, especially during spring when things are getting more happy, to just have a moment to yourself, have a picnic for yourself, as we said, and just close your eyes, listen to the birds, or open your eyes and look at the flowers, look at the people. There are more people to see during spring. As soon as the sun is out, half of the population is out. And that's not like that during winter. And it's just such a breath of fresh air when you can finally, or finally sounds as if you hadn't seen anyone in the last 5 years, but I mean, you can just see people outside and you can see little kids playing on the playgrounds again, and people wearing colorful clothes, or as I said, just flowers. Just sit with the nature for a minute, just to listen to the water, listen to the wind, listen to the birds, look at the flowers, look at the trees, look at the people, look at the sky, look at anything, or just don't look at anything at all. Just enjoy the nature, because it's good to take a break sometimes and just ground yourself and touch some grass and connect with our Mother Earth. Talking of our earth and nature, you can plant plants. My mom and I used to often, when spring or summer would come, we would plant these plants and then put them on the balcony, and then they would stay there until next autumn. And it would just light up our entire balcony, just give us some color. You can plant anything anywhere. You don't even have to keep it outside. You could just plant a at home plant. but it just fits spring because it's just this flowery vibe. You're seeing flowers outside, you're also seeing flowers inside because you have planted them. And it's a fun activity. It's no phone. You can do it also alone or with friends. It's not that expensive usually, and it also doesn't take that much time. So if you just have a afternoon for yourself, you can just do that for an afternoon. You could also collect flowers. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if you want to rip out the flowers from the floor, but you can collect different flowers. You can make a tiny bouquet. Or I saw this trend where you would like take a paper and draw a bouquet on there. Then you would poke tiny holes into this paper. Then you would just collect flowers and put them into this hole until you had like this bouquet thing on paper. If you're watching the video right now, I'm blending in a picture of that. And if you're listening to the podcast, I guess you just have to use your imagination. I don't know if you can imagine that. But it's just tiny flowers. You could also make a bouquet yourself, just gain some flower knowledge. And if you're already doing that, you can search them up. You can put like a picture of it on Google and then it will tell you some things about the plant. Or there are even apps you can download for this. And with that, you gain a lot of interesting knowledge, I feel like, about flowers, and maybe you can become some flower expert, which is super cool if you're out with someone and they say, oh my god, that's such a beautiful flower, and this, and you're like, oh yeah, this flower is called this and this, and actually the colors in this and this, and the meaning of it is this and this. That would be so cool. Imagine. And even for yourself, you can be this little flower person. I think I might need to search up some flowers. You can also make some decoration for spring, also with flowers or without flowers, or some Easter decoration. You can make any kind of spring deco, really. You can just type in on Pinterest DIY spring decoration, and I'm sure there will be something popping up. You can be creative, you can do whatever you want, you can be crafty, alone, with others, with friends, inside, outside. Just a great spring activity to spice up your home, give it some color for the spring. Talking of Easter, you can make Easter goods. I don't know if you're celebrating Easter, but you can make some snacks for your family. You can make a DIY chocolate bunny, which maybe is a little more complicated to do than collecting flowers, but it's a super cool activity. You can do it at home. You can see how to DIY this, or there are also many places where you can make chocolate yourself. I'm sure during the spring season you can make Easter bunnies, and that's a cool activity you can do with your family or your friends. And talking about places where you can go and do things, you can also go make some pottery or even just paint pottery, which is so cool. Actually, I'm currently making a plate in our class, like a pottery plate, and then I'm gonna draw maybe some flowers and something springy and sweet on there. And it's actually pretty fun. I also love to craft things with my hands. It's just so relaxing. So that's something you can do. You can make jewelry, also some flower jewelry. You can do that at home and buy some pearls. Or you can also do that somewhere in some kind of atelier. Atelier? Can you say that in English? In just some kind of workshop place. That's also a great way to find some new friends for this summer. If you go alone, or maybe if you don't go alone, there are just other people there and you can talk to them and you can get to know them, and then maybe you can develop a kind of friendship. Now, a very basic one is to go out and have a drink or have something to eat. I am currently obsessed with doing that with my friends, with my family, with anyone. Bagels, nachos, pizza, just fresh, minty juices and just drinks, and it's just my new spring me. No, I'm just joking, but it's nice and you can talk and you can relax. But it's a basic one. You can also go to a market and get yourself some fresh seasonal vegetables and fruits that are amazing, delicious. And also, there is just something about going to a market that is just so that girly. Like, you got your life together, Miss Girl, going to the market, getting your veggies, getting your vitamins, eating an apple, even if you just buy an apple and eat it, or even if you just go there without buying anything, just dressing up in a cute way, having your tote bag with you, putting on your sunglasses, and just walking through the market. There are also many people there. I feel like during spring, clothes. There's not only food, there are clothes, there are accessories, there's everything. And it's just a nice way to get out, especially when you're alone. It's just an easy thing to do to kind of get out the house and catch some sunlight and just have a breath of fresh air. One that you can do during a picnic or outside or inside or wherever is play evenings, play days where you just play games either outside in some kind of park. You can play anything. You can play, I don't know, frisbee, volleyball, football. When you have a, what do you call it? You can play basketball if you have like a basketball basket. If you have this basketball thing or goal, you can take a ball with you and just randomly play some kind of game. You get your body moving. Maybe you can't do it alone depending on what kind of game it is. You can get outside, just feels amazing. You can have a good laugh. You can better your skills at whatever it is you're playing, or just card games like Uno, Monopoly, any game, you name it. You can do that with anyone, you can do that anywhere. Actually, now I want to play something. Now that I'm saying this, you don't need a lot. You can even make up your own game or just some kind of talking game. And one thing you can also do outside, which will make you feel very calm and therapeutic. Maybe you're going through something and that's just what you needed. Maybe you're just feeling the sun. Is watch a sunrise if you're feeling like an early bird, or the sunset, which probably won't disturb your sleep schedule as much. You can get up earlier or just before going to bed. You can just look outside and look at the sunrise either from your balcony, or you can actually go out to a pretty place. Doesn't take long, but it's great. And just something that is not one specific activity, but something to do in general to maybe enjoy the spring more. It's just being outside, because often when spring or summer is over, I feel like I didn't enjoy the warm days as much as I should have. Like, why didn't I go outside? Why didn't I just enjoy it? And sometimes you actually, it's true, you're busy, you want to do certain things, you don't have the time to go and play games, or you just don't want to. But a way to be able to do whatever it is you wanted to do and still feel like that was a spring where I could actually enjoy the spring and like take advantage of the good weather is just doing things outside more. As I said, biking somewhere or walking instead of taking the bus, but also say you want to read a book, read it outside or at least on your balcony so that you still get to feel the sun. I love to study on the balcony because I'm doing something for my future. I'm studying something that I have to do, but I get to enjoy the weather by being on the balcony. You have to call someone. Okay, go on a walk while you call them and just sit on a bench somewhere outside. And that way you will just feel more fulfilled and feel like you have actually taken up and soaked up this season and the sun without actually having to sacrifice anything, because there are many activities that you can do outside that maybe you just don't realize that you could do them outside. If you have to work out, go on a run instead of going on the treadmill in the gym, because now it's warm, nothing's stopping you. If you want to go shopping, do it outside instead of online shopping. Go into the stores because you will walk, you will be outside, you will enjoy the sun. If you're creating content, creating some content outside. There are so many ways how you can incorporate being outside into your day to day life. And I think it's often about just these small things in life in general. And remember that your time is so precious and you shouldn't be spending it only at home watching some kind of reels or TikToks or whatever, but just enjoy the age you're in. Enjoy that you're capable to go out and enjoy the sun, and that you have these seasons and you have the health to always be moving, and just be grateful for that and enjoy it and take advantage of it, because you won't regret it. No one has ever said, "Oh my god, I regret having gone to a picnic during spring." No one says that. Spring is just the perfect time to spend time with your loved ones, including yourself, spending time with yourself. And I know I love spring. I know it's one of my favorite seasons. I don't know about you, but there's just something about spring lifting up the seasonal depression. Suddenly life is feeling amazing again. And it's just the best feeling when spring starts. Honestly, my mood is from here to like here. It's crazy. I don't know what the psychological aspect of this phenomenon is, but I love it and I'm here for it. And you should be too. So go outside and enjoy the sun and go on a walk while listening to my podcast. You will not regret it. Bye bye.